Hi, and welcome to episode 17 of the Barely Normal podcast. I'm your host, Luke. It's getting to summer. Everybody's going to the beach. I hate the beach. I used to be an oceanographer. I love the sea and the beach, but I don't like being there doing nothing. If I'm focusing on something, like if I cared about my tan, then maybe, yeah. But I found that most of my the things that I want to do are things that I want to do and not experience, if that makes sense. So it's like instead of bungee jumping, I want to like make the bungee and then do the jump. But yeah, like I've always wanted to make an underwater habitat. Maybe it could be something like a scaffold that you carry with you on top of you, until you're at the zone, and then you cable it down and fill the canopy with air, and then you've got a cool viewing platform and your feet are wet or something. Or maybe it's there the whole time. Who knows? But then if I build that, then I'm definitely going to... I've been itching to do this for ages. I've got a friend who makes really tasty mead. It's not overly sweet. It's quite dry, like just for himself. But I would love to age it in the ocean. Maybe some barnacles grow on it and stuff. But it would be even more fun to try and get like a big, or distilleries or wineries kind of on board, like as a micro test. There are places that do it already, sure. But yeah, I'm not doing it. It's something I want to do. Or I want to find novel drugs using artificial intelligence. It just sounds like the coolest freaking thing in the world. I did a course it's called Informatics, on YouTube. And you basically, you compare reactions with proteins, how molecules react with proteins, certain proteins, and then they plug it into a machine learning model to get a whole bunch of cool, interesting data that you spindle down into a nice little nugget of information. Yeah, fascinating stuff. Like, just imagine if more people were trying to find novel drugs. Like, it's crazy. Talking about things that people do more, I suppose a lot more people are running than ever before. It is a very new thing. But apparently we have been running as a species for a very long time. And apparently it has something to do with our heat distribution system. So we can run for a long time without overheating. Other animals don't. So, they do overheat. And then we catch them. But I noticed during lockdown, a lot of runners in the running community were kind of biting at the bit, stuck inside. So I wanted to, and I still do, I want to make an app where people can run. It'll show a grid of your city block, or surrounds, and then you get chased on the block, on the map, by kind of ghosts, like Pac-Man. And you can collect things at certain times or whatever. And it would all be with visual and audio. But how do you run while looking at something? So I suppose it would have to be maybe integrated with the watch or something. But where there's a will, there's a way. And it's a cool will. I'd love to break a world record, talking about wills and things, just for the fun of it. Years ago, I wanted to break 3 world records in 3 days. And one of them was the world's deepest concert. A concert at the most below sea level. And Katie Malua had the current record of 303 meters. And I had figured out a way to break her record by, drum roll, probably about a few kilometers, because I knew somebody who worked in a diamond mine I mean, a gold mine. And in South Africa, they're very deep. I think it's like 5 kilometers or something. That's insane. I just want to do that. Not really for the record, just for the experience. Maybe find some hominid fossils while I'm down there. Why? I'm totally fascinated with paleoanthropology. I didn't study it or anything, but I found a finger bone in some potting soil years ago, and I wish I'd kept it. It creeped me out a bit, but I wish I had kept it. I don't know whether it was totally fossilized or if people were getting rid of evidence or something like that. But no, every time I go through my potting soil, I look for bones, and you find them. I still find like heads of bones and things, and it's not the same company. So I suppose it's like as bones break down, it gives to potting soil. So it's probably a normal ingredient, but this thing really looked like a finger bone. Yeah. It's interesting, like I've never had the compulsion to travel except when my friends travel, and it's not so much like a fear of missing out. It is I would like to experience it but through their eyes. So I want to see all the local awesome things that they found, and they can explain it through their experience. I don't want to go on a tour, like a normal tour or anything. I want to experience the place like the people that I like experience the place. Which, maybe that's why Anthony Bourdain was so famous, because you got to experience the place like Anthony Bourdain did, and he was a very likable bloke. So maybe, yeah. Ooh. So one of my friends went to Peru. Well, he's living in South America now. And there's so much fascinating stuff around there. I recently heard about the Aztec death whistle. They didn't know it was a whistle. For a long time, they found it and they thought it was like little ceremonial, because they would find it with ceremonial burials. And then one day, some technical difficulty blew on it, and let me see if I can find a clip. Oh, here we go, on YouTube.
I want to share with you this very unique instrument we call the death whistle. The death whistle the Aztec used for special ceremonies, for Day of the Dead celebration, and also they use when they have a war, when they fight with other tribes. They play over 100 instruments, 100 death whistles, marching, and make a lot of noise to cause a big psychological effects to the enemy. So this is very intimidating instruments, and this is very unique. So this is the death whistle.
And you think, yeah, right. Oh, that is terrifying. But I would love to build one, a big one, and maybe out of cement if possible, and hide it someplace in the mountains, or put an air compressor on it or something that's laser triggered, and that could be a security system, alarm system or something. I'd love to learn how to dance. It's one of the most awkward things, I think, in my entire life. I have such cringe memory of me at middle school with following around a judge at a middle school dance, like showing off my exact moves, And it was the same move over and over and over. But I hunted them down. And they saw me. Oh, they saw me. It was the whole step back, step forward. Yeah. Anyway. What would you like to do? What are some bucket list things that you would like to do? Let me know. And as always, have a wonderful day. Love you.